Now, we haven't seen too much of that safe lane slaughter as they were talking about during the panel in the draft. What do you think about itemization? It used to be maybe that armlet coming out before. We do see blink daggers, obviously very common, but
yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to go for. Ice in trouble, actually.
Yeah. They're going to try to go on him. The open wounds to turn for Shadow, but now Ice, he gets the Fissure, does stun out the Nyx Assassin. Might have the Impale ready to go for Garter.
That's pretty fast.
Old Chicken has the Slithering Crush ready, I would imagine. He does. Impale will go, and they will set up for Old Chicken to come out with a Slithering Crush. They'll find it, and with a couple more right clicks, Old Chicken will get first blood down to the safe lane for EHOME.
Yeah, that was the best he could do, honestly. He wasn't going to be able to walk past the Slardar on the way.
He's going to go with the Cask on the Garter.
Didn't bounce.
No, won't go to the creeps. There's the Fissure.
Ooh,
he has a lot of damage. Look at the right click with that double damage rune from Innocence. Oh my, the Maledict is going to take him down. They want to give it to the Earthshaker perhaps, but no, it will be the Witch Doctor picking up that last hit.
Amazing DD pickup. Any other rune, and I don't think that would have been the same, but well done by the Witch Doctor, and Earthshaker coming as well. The Fissure range has really shown a big advantage. Even though it doesn't stun for very long, just adding that extra step can give your ranger like Witch Doctor extra advantage. Great stun rotation if this bounces well.
Quas Wex, and it will. The Cask will bounce once. They have the damage. One more right click, yes. With the double damage still there at the tail end for Innocence, they're able to secure the kill. That double damage really got.
I was hoping to get the Darkseer to go more aggressive, to get deeper before he ended up escaping. But
he's in trouble again. He's no regen. He only has 2 stick charges. This time he will Timber Chain, but the Surge does come through. One more auto attack, and Old 11 finds himself a solo kill in this top lane, already with some great CS on top of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty huge mistake. I think
Here comes that gank again. There's that Observer Ward. The Fissure on the wrong side still. They're going for it. EMP cast coming through the Maledict on top. The Tornado. Enchant Totem not timed correctly, but he should still fall. Battling through, but he cannot get out in time as the Earthshaker will secure that kill.
Man, Fissure actually makes ganks so easy. It really is incredible for that. They didn't really react at the right time. The smoke was broken. SF had the best chance, but he still got blown up.
Yeah. This is already 2 ganks on the Shadow Fiend.
Lucky bounce here.
There is that Radiant Observer Ward. They will see Innocence right now, but the Tornado EMP, it looks like Sylar might not get back in time. A great Impale from Garter.
Skill shot
There's going to be the Maledict. The Cask will come through. Will it bounce? No, but I think they still might be able to get this kill. The Rage comes out. They wanted Innocence. He's too speedy. They can't bring him down, even with Garter there and the Impale to try to save Sylar.
So he can get by for now, at least until the team fights start.
He is almost level 6, but here comes the rotation from Wings. They haven't been seen yet in Old Bottom. Looks like he is going to get caught. He has the range drop, but I don't think that's going to save his life. It's too much damage. Great cold snap to Cask. It's more than enough damage to bring down.
He could have used boots there, I think. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ended up staying alive. Maybe a couple mistakes in terms of cold snap procs, but pretty straightforward for him to do that.
Garter, Vendetta, Slithering Crush. There's that Blink Dagger. They want this Invoker. The raises up, but People is there as well. The Ghost Walk not in time. They will secure that kill. With Sylar picking it up, Vendetta comes through. Not sure if they spotted the Spike Carapace, but Vendetta hit. Looks like that's who they're moving for. Garter not going to spot him yet. Now it looks like he will. They've got the vision. Old Chicken's going to come in with the Slithering Crush. He'll find it. Amplified damage will come up as well. The Impale is out, and that's just too much. Will be a dead Timbersaw for 40 seconds.
Yeah, the Hood only does so much there. With that much Force Fire, they easily get the...
The Chakram will come out. The tower's getting lower and lower. Fissure, no deny, but they want Sylar instead. But the EMP, no follow-up Tornado. Jump in, Slithering Crush. They found the Earthshaker. Timber Chain up, vacuum wall. Onto 2. Ice is low upheaval. No Chaotic Offering just yet. They might drop it soon. Sylar uses Requiem, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange. They've already lost Old Chicken. He's out of the fight. There's the Chaotic Offering, but it's just to try to cover their retreat. Garter coming in. They immediately infested the Siege Creep. Garter was spotted, and now he's got to get out. But the open wounds, the Chakram will keep him in place, and Blake finds himself a double kill.
That was huge fight for Wings. A stun, not in time.
That Cask is going to the Chakram slow.
That's a huge fight.
Fissure, they will find Shadow now. He doesn't have Infest for 40. He does, however, have Rage. Open wounds, Old Chicken sprints away. Faith Beyond here to help out, but here comes Garter. There's going to be the Impale. They will lose the Warlock for the time being. Here's Timber Chain. Vacuum in, but no follow-up. Get the Arcane Boots off, and now they will have the Casket. Bounces again. Garter, as well as Old 11. They've got to get out. They just don't have the damage to bring down this Life Stealer, even with those 3 heroes in the vicinity.
Yeah, they just had to get more value out of their skills. Either, ideally, the Nyx stun hitting 2 heroes, or vacuum into stun would be great.
Old Chicken going back in. Tornado locking him down. Sprint is up. Innocence is getting chased, but the EMP is going to cover the retreat. Old Chicken, Death Ward can't blink up. Might have been going for the high ground. Still has it in 1 second. Innocence is going to be tough. I don't know if you're going to go for this. Old Chicken can't decide what he wants to do. And now the Fissure hits the cold snap. He stayed too long. Slardar just goes in too hard. He really wanted that kill. It's not worth it by a long shot, even if he gets it.
It looked so good. That juicy Witch Doctor, man. Sometimes you just want to go for those, but as soon as the Blink Dagger got in,
he was doing so well in terms of net worth. You talked about how many hard farmers there are at 6,000 net worth above, and the Slardar is at 4,000. Fisher comes out, Chakram, gets the Tornado off as well, and that's going to be more than enough to bring Sylar down. The Requiem not in time. Blink's running low on mana, is getting up healed up as well. He has enough for a Timber Chain, but there's the Slithering Crush. Slardar's back alive. Amp damage is up. Can they bring this man down? Shadow Word as well, taking him down with the Fatal Bonds on top of the Impale Bill. So it looks like they're saying, okay, we can bring this to a later point in the game. We can get more items for our Darks here at the very least. But they are going to run right into 3 heroes. The Impale only catches 1. They will get the Invoker, but the Slithering Crush follow-up. They still have that rage there. Here comes the Chakram. The Golems are down. Can they get this Invoker? He's low. The EMP they drop to. Tornado stops any more further aggression, and Sylar has to back away from the Death Ward. 2 dead on the side of EHOME, and they are running for the hills. Lottom's going to try to TP out. Looks like he will make it away. Perhaps still in the Radiant jungle. They'll show themselves, I think, down at the bottom tier 2 tower, and here we go. Garter looking for the initiation. Faith Beyond. Pretty speedy. Slithering Crush, the Impale. They've got the high ground vision. Finally, they get a big kill for EHOME to start things off here.
The downside, though, is that his Tornado pushed the wave, so now they can't instantly start hitting the tower.
The amp damage up, so it's going to help out a lot in terms of taking this quickly. The heroes are starting to position themselves from Wings to maybe fight this here. More fireballs drop down. Look at the damage it's doing. Meanwhile, Innocence has positioned himself beautifully for a cast, maybe for a Death Ward. Will he drop it? Yes, he will. Going for Old Chicken. The mech will go. They'll keep the Slaughter alive for now, but they back everybody off. Here comes the Timbersaw. Blink is a little bit alone. Old Chicken does dodge that Timber Chain narrowly, and now Blink with the amplified damage taking a lot. The Southern Crush is available. They stun him, coming up with a Spike Carapace. They will bring the Timber down. Do they fight any further? Sylar TPing out. Looks like he will make it away. The Fisher, no, not in time. Now the Infest out. Sylar will fall. He just couldn't quite TP in time. It was maybe 0.10 seconds away from completion.
That was so greedy by him, though. All he had to do was just walk away and he would have lived. But with an Earthshaker in the game, you cannot mess around like that. It doesn't matter what you can see or how safe you are. The Fissure threat is always there. On the bright side, he did buy out his BKB before he died, so he's got an option either unless you get some kind of regen item. So he's quite behind. This will at least give him some levels to help compensate with his lower farm, but it's not looking good for his late game core potential. At least the Darkseer also has a Midas. We will see things like Shivas and Hex earlier than usual.
Is it going to be enough? This is their last smoke for a period of time for EHOME, and they will move up aggressively looking for Faith Beyond, but you can see Wings is backing up very quickly.
They also smoke. I don't know if that was spotted or not. I don't think it was.
I don't think so. They're going to break it momentarily. Old Chicken EMP, but the cold snap beautifully timed for Faith Beyond. They get the Fisher off. Old Chicken is done, and this fight is over before it began for EHOME. Time to leave. TP comes out. Here comes the Death Ward. Enchant Totem. That newly minted Blink Dagger for Earthshaker finds them another. Can they get a third? Old Living would be a huge pickup. He does have Surge in 3. Good vacuum back. They need some sort of disable, and I'm sure they'll have it as the cast comes through. They find a double kill for Shadow, and Wings. Quick timing with that Invoker and the cold snap onto the Slardar.
Really nicely done there. I'm not going to be able to get the Fissure stun on the Nyx Assassin, but Darkseer, or I'm sorry, the Slardar initiation, he was a little hesitant, but really it was all about Faith Beyond's cold snap. It changed everything, and that's the
get out of control after that Roshan, after the last couple of team fights, which of course Wings have won. There's maybe been 1 or 2 picks that EHOME have gotten, like on that Invoker, but that's about it. Echo Slam. They'll find Garter. They will blow him away. Fisher comes out. The Timber Chain. Secure the kill. So the Ring Crush, they will find the Earthshaker, but I'm not sure if this is the best fight. Old Chicken takes a ton of damage from Blink, and they're going to find more. The Yule Scepter is there. The Chakram is up. The Timber Chain, the cast bounced through as well. Sylar has to pop the BKB. Luckily avoids the Tornado with it, but Lana does get hit up. It is still 2 dead very quickly. It just feels like they can't fight for EHOME at all.
Yeah, this advantage from having an Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger just changes everything. It's the instant initiation. They guaranteed the Nyx kill, and that guarantees the tower, and they just lucked out on...
Looks like try to run after taking that tier 3 tower. Here's the vacuum, back onto 2. Wall's not there. Faith Beyond. There's the Ghost Walk. Timber Chain. Sylar already getting low. Through Crush onto 2, but they have no more damage followed. And here's the Chaotic Offering. Maybe this could do some work. Old Love is going to fall first. Innocence will not go down to Old Chicken. Not yet anyway. Faith Beyond's going to try to help him out, but not there in time. On the other side of the fight, Lanham getting chased down. Might be able to bring him down. They have so much damage between the Lifesteal and the Timbersaw. EMP. Cold Snap is there, but Timber Chain, that's what does the real damage. Double kill for Blink. Timbersaw, and that is it. GG. Wings take control of the early game.